All right. Now, as you remember, hopefully, that we have done the first three types of pronouns, correct? Shall we go back and see which ones they are? First one was the personal pronouns, in which we had three different types: subject pronoun, object pronoun, and the possessive pronoun, correct? In which pronouns were like I, you, he, she, it, we, they, me, you, him, her, it, us, them. Then we had my, mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs, etc. The second one was the demonstrative pronouns. These are used to point out or indicate or show some objects which are either near or far in distance. Okay. And for that, which words are used? Words like this, that, these, and those. Understood? Now, this is used when it is a singular noun which is near you. That is used when it is again a singular noun, but it is far away from you. These is used when it is a plural noun, which is near you. And then those is used for those plural nouns, which are a little bit far away from you. Everybody with me till here? Give me a quick thumbs up. Okay. And the third one that we saw was called as the reflexive pronouns. These pronouns refer back to the subject of the sentence. Now, it's very easy to identify reflexive pronouns because if it is an individual person, then we talk in self. And if it is about plural, many people, then the word shows us selves in the spelling. So whenever any word is either ending in self or selves, those are what? They are reflexive pronouns. Are we good till here? Okay. Now the fourth one, the fourth type is called as the interrogative pronouns. What are they called as? Interrogative pronouns, which means it is about asking questions. Okay. Now let's look at what they are exactly. These pronouns are used to ask questions about a person or an object. Okay. So you may have learned these words just as question words, right? What is your name? Who is your favorite cricketer? Right? So these words were just question words for you. But now the type of these words is what? It is interrogative pronouns. So any word that is used to ask a question, it can be about any person or any object. Then those words are known as the interrogative pronouns. Now, in these sentences, a question mark is always placed at the end. So all the sentences will have question mark in the end. And now there are words like whichever and whoever, which can be used in just simple sentences also. But still, it will give you an answer in options, because whenever you ask a question, can a question have only one answer? For example, who is your favorite cricketer? Advait's favorite cricketer will be different. Adya's favorite cricketer will be different. Varun's favorite cricketer will be different. Same with Zidane and Sakshi, right? Is it going to be same for everybody? It might be an overlap. Two or three of you might like one person. Other two, three people might like another person. But it is not always the same answer. Okay? So in those cases where options are present, we'll just look at this example also. But whenever options are present in terms of answers, in those places, whoever and whichever words are used. Okay. Now the remaining ones, which, what, who, whom, and whose. All of these are called as interrogative pronouns. Okay? Yes, Varun.
Ma'am, in exams also, the children write other answers.
Yes, that's also a correct example. Everybody writes other different answers, isn't it? And Varun, darling, I can't see you. I'm seeing the fan. Just turn the camera down a little bit or take help from your parents to adjust it. Okay, now let's look at the example sentences. What is your name? Now, is the question what making sense for this sentence? Can we ask how is your name? Can we ask whose is your name? Who is your name? No, right? So, whenever any particular pronoun, especially interrogative pronoun, is used, it is used with a context. And when I say context, if you don't know this word, write it down in your notebook. Context means meaning of the word or sentence. Okay? Context is meaning of the word or sentence. So whenever you're using interrogative pronouns, the context of the sentence is also important. Just take a note of this. Then we can move on to the next example sentence.
Excuse me, ma'am. Now can you see me?
Yes, I can, but a little bit, darling. You're still out of the frame. So try to sit in front of the camera. Now it is a little bit better. Yes. Okay. Did you write this word? Context means meaning. It can be a context of a story. It can be a context of just one sentence or of a question that somebody is asking. Okay. So, as you said, you can't replace the word what in what is your name. Can you say which is your name? Whose is your name? Whom is your name? No. So, the meaning of the word what is very, very important to understand. Now, similarly, next sentence, whose? Whose notebook is this? Can I ask which notebook is this? Yes, because if I didn't know it's an English or a science or a maths notebook, I can ask, which notebook is this? Can I ask what notebook is this?
No.
It will not make sense. The appropriate one is whose. Can I ask who notebook is this?
No, ma'am.
No. So that also does not make sense. Whom notebook is this?
No.
No, again. Okay, so always remember you have to use your interrogative pronouns very, very carefully. And now the third sentence, we can go to whichever restaurant you prefer. So, for example, if two friends are talking and they have decided to go to a restaurant for their dinner, and one friend is telling the other friend that we can go to whichever restaurant you prefer, right? So, is there any fit or decided restaurant already? Have they decided it already? Or are there multiple options that they can go to?
Multiple options.
Right? Hence, we have used the word whichever.
Ma'am,
Yes, Adya.
I did not wrote what you told to write.
Okay.
Right.
What I told you to write. Okay. I'm just putting it up here once again.
Okay, ma'am.
Context means meaning. So anyone who has missed it, just take a note of this again. Context means meaning. Done? Shall we move on? Zidane, what about you, darling? You can speak up in the class. Okay. Don't shy away, in fact. If you have any doubt, any question, anything that you don't understand, or if you want to share any example with whatever we are doing, you can freely do that. Okay. Yes, Advait. What were you saying, darling?
Ma'am, can I go to wash my face?
Right now? Okay. Go and come quickly.
And can I drink water?
Yes. Written this, Adya, did you finish writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Now let's go to the next one. The fifth one is called as the relative pronouns. Now, what do you observe here? What are the words? Sakshi, can you tell me what are these words?
Yes, what's previous what's
Yes. So basically, again, the question words has come here, right? But in this case, in relative pronouns, when they are used as relative pronouns, we are not using them to question anything. Instead, we are using them to connect one part of the sentence to the other part of the sentence. Okay. Now let's look at the explanation mentioned here. These pronouns usually come in the middle of the sentences. Okay. Relative pronouns usually come in the middle of the sentences to join two sentences and act as a connector. Okay. So what do we do here? These relative pronouns, which we are going to look with examples, they are in between two parts of a sentence and they are connecting the first part to the second part. They are acting as a connector here, right? Now, they refer to the noun used in the first sentence. Okay? What are the relative pronouns? Advait, read all these words, darling.
who, which, that, who, whose, where.
Correct. So all of these words are what? Relative pronouns. Now let's look at examples. Number one, the musician who wrote this song is French. Now, this is the first part. This is the second part. Okay, so basically, what does this happen? What does this be? It is a subject of the sentence, right? So the musician is the main noun here. And this part is the action that he did. So this is the predicate portion of the sentence. So when a subject needs to be connected to the predicate portion of the sentence, what do we use? We use the relative pronoun in between the two. So the word who tells us about the subject and what he did, whatever the subject did. Understood? Zidane, darling, don't play on the screen. Don't do that, please. Okay. Now the second question, second sentence. The boy whose phone just rang must stand up. Now again, what is the subject here? Who will tell me? Zidane, you want to tell me what is the subject in this sentence? Unmute Zidane.
Ma'am, whose?
What is the subject of the sentence?
Ma'am, the phone.
Subject means the noun who is either taking the action or some action is happening to him.
Ma'am, the boy.
The boy. So the boy is the subject. And what was the action happening? His phone rang. And hence his teacher must have told him to stand up. Correct? So this is the action that is happening. And what is connecting both the actions? First to the noun and then the action? It is the word whose. Hence, the word whose is a relative pronoun. And now the third sentence, Sakshi, read the third sentence and explain.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
In
Varun?
in the third sentence, the house is an subject.
Hold on. Are you Sakshi? Is your name Sakshi? No, no? Then please wait. Everybody will get a chance. Yes, Sakshi, go ahead.
Excuse me, I can't see properly.
You're not able to see?
Yeah, ma'am, I can see now.
Okay.
This is the house where my child was born.
In this case, what is the subject? Let's identify that first, the noun.
Ma'am, the subject is this is the house.
So the house is the subject, right? And what is the action that is happening?
My child was born.
Yes, so that person who is saying the sentence, his child was born in that house. Correct? And to connect the noun to the action, which word are we using?
Oh, you please.
Your baby is there?
Ma'am, that's my sister.
Your sister? Okay. So tell me, what do we do to connect the subject to the action? Which relative pronoun is used here? Where? Okay. Understood? Everybody, give me a thumbs up if you are good with interrogative as well as relative pronouns. Okay. Now, the next one is reciprocal pronouns. Now, what is reciprocal pronouns? These are only two pronouns which you can remember, each other and one another. These pronouns are used when two or more subjects reciprocate each other. So basically, either they are working together on something, they are doing some activity together, or against each other. It can be either together or against. Okay. Now let's look at the examples here. Lisa and Ray are talking to each other. So they are doing it together, isn't it? Hence, the word each other is used. The second one says they are discussing the project work with one another. Again, they are doing the whole project together, hence discussing it with one another. And the third one says his sons were jealous of one another. Now, in this, the reciprocal pronoun one another is used to represent that these sons were against each other, not together, but against. So, reciprocal pronouns are used either to be together or to show that we or anybody, any noun in the sentence is against each other. Either it is together with one another or each other, or it is against each other. Okay. In both the cases, both the reciprocal pronouns can be used. Okay. So I can say, na, Zidane and Advait are playing against each other in the game. Right? And I can also say that Adya and Sakshi are playing together as a team in the game. Right? So they are playing with each other and against each other. It can be used in both the scenarios. Did you understand this? Reciprocal pronouns? Yes. Varun, 2 thumbs up. Very good. Okay, chalo. Now let's go to the next one. It is the indefinite pronouns. Now, indefinite, the word itself tells us something if you know the meaning of it. Advait, can you tell me what is indefinite if you know it?
Indefinite? No, I do not know about
No
that.
idea. Okay. What about you, Varun, darling? Do you know what indefinite means? Just this word. You're on mute, baby. I can't hear you.
These pronouns are used.
No,
to
don't read what I've written here. I want you to tell me what does indefinite means.
I don't know that.
अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है. Sakshi, what about you, darling? Go ahead if you know it.
Mom, we are not sure about anything.
When you are not sure about something,
Sure
right?
about anything.
So when it is not specific, okay, I can say I want to visit the SGS mall here, right? But that would be a specific mall that I'm mentioning. Yes, I want to visit SGS mall on Sunday. So I mentioned where I want to go, when I want to go. But if I'm just saying I would like to visit a mall someday, then is that a specific place or specific time that I've mentioned? No, I just said someday. So it is not specific. Hence, the word indefinite is the opposite word of definite. Definite means everything and anything that is specific, right? And indefinite means it is not specific. Now, these pronouns are used when it is used to people or things when they are spoken about in a general way. It is not a specific way that you're talking it about, but in a very generic way, in a very general way. Now, what are the different indefinite pronouns? Somebody, anybody, anyone, nobody, and someone. Okay? Like in a sentence also I say, na, can someone tell me what this is? Right? Then anyone from the group can answer by raising their hand, isn't it? So I say this sentence so very often. Similarly, I can say anybody from this can solve this question. Is that true? Can you solve this question?
Hi.
Huh? So
Right.
anybody from the group can solve this question. So it is easier. I'm talking about everybody in the group right now. Okay. But if I say nobody knows what this is that correct? Do you know it?
No, ma'am.
No, right? So I'm using
Ma'am,
specific words to tell you anything that is in group, or even if it is individually, like for the word someone, still I'm addressing a group of people or a group of things. And then I am saying either somebody, anybody, nobody, someone, anyone, etc. So these type of words are called as what? Indefinite pronouns. Okay. Now let's look at examples. Anybody can solve this maths problem. As I gave you, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Anyone can do this, right? Do you need to like put your special knowledge to use to do that? 2 plus 3? No. Now you're
No,
so used to it that you can solve it just by like listening to the question, right? You don't need to count on fingers. You don't need to draw circles like you used to do in grade 1, right? Because that time you were just learning about it. But now you're so good at it that anyone can solve this. Similarly, sentence second, can somebody get me that book? Now you would have heard this sentence maybe in a classroom, school classroom, right? Your teacher might have said this sometime. Can somebody get me that book? Or if you are in a library, someone could have said, can somebody pass me that book? Right? So it can be anyone. Anyone can do this activity, not just one person. And the third sentence says, nobody helped the cat stuck on the tree. Now, there were many people around the society, maybe, but still nobody came forward to help the cat stuck on the tree. Right? So all these words are not showing or talking about any specific noun. Hence, they are called as indefinite pronoun. Clear? Give me 2 thumbs up if everything is clear till now. Everything. Because now we are going to solve questions based on pronouns. Are you ready to do that? Yes? Okay. Now, one by one, I'm going to take your names and you're going to read each type. So, Sakshi, let's start with you. You read the personal pronouns.
Subject, I, you, he, she, it, we, them. They.
Correct.
Object, me, you, am, are, it, us, them.
Correct. Zidane, read the demonstrative pronouns, darling.
This, that, these, those.
Very good. Also read the possessive pronouns.
Mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, theirs.
Very good. Now, Varun, read the reflexive pronouns.
Reflexive is
This one's. Here is reflexive. So, these are the reflexive pronouns. Read them.
Ma'am, there is your camera. Where are the reflexive one? There
Acha.
is your
Okay,
camera.
okay. Now, can you say it?
Myself, himself, herself, itself, ourselves, and themselves.
Very good. And now also read the interrogative. I'll just zoom in for you again.
Who?
No, interrogative. It is this one.
Which? What? Who? Whom? Whose? Whoever? Whichever.
Very good. Advait, can you read me relative pronouns, darling?
Yeah.
This
Who? Which? That? Who? Which? That? Whom? Whose? Where?
Very good. And can you also read reciprocal pronouns?
Okay. Each other, one another.
Correct. And Adya, the last one, darling, indefinite pronouns. Read this one.
Somebody, anybody, somebody, anybody, anyone, nobody, someone.
Correct. So I'm going to be sharing this mind map with you. Get it printed. Because this one picture, this one chart will help you to revise your whole pronouns along with their types. Understood? Has anybody got the previous one printed for the nouns one? Just unmute and
Ma'am, we have to download. Ma'am, every lesson we have to download. We have to print out one mind map.
Yes, for English, yes.
Ma'am, I
Yes.
have printed every.
You have printed everything. Okay. What about others, Sakshi? Yes, darling.
Ma'am, even I printed all.
Sorry, your voice is low. What did you say?
Even I printed
You-
all.
Okay, perfect. That's good. Now, Zidane and Adya, what about you, darlings?
That's not a mind map.
Okay.
Ma'am, what's this?
This is questions from our workbook. Okay. Now, yes, Sakshi, what were you saying?
I got this mind map.
This one is for nouns, na? Yes, correct. Okay. All right. Now, the way we are going to solve these questions is each person will get 5 questions to begin with, and then we will do it again in rotation. Okay. So, whenever the other person is solving, you are also still going to pay attention and check if your answers are matching to the correct answers. Okay. So, every person will get a chance. Till then, if it's not your chance, stay on mute. Okay. All right. Yes, Sakshi?
Ma'am, we can put it on the chat.
You can put your answers on the chat. If it's not your turn, you can put your answers on the chat. Yes, you can do that. Just put the options A, B, C, or D. Okay. All right. Whom should we start with? Adya, let's start with you, darling. Okay, just give me 1 second. 1 second. All right. All right.
Choose the kind,
Let's start.
choose the kind of noun for the underlined words. Sita went to the garden and studied a flock
A flock of
and,
birds.
and studied a flock of birds. The answer is collective noun.
Collective noun. Correct. Now, let's do one thing. I'll read the questions for you so that it will be easier. Okay, you just look at the options for each question. Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. Which one is it? Adya, the first 5 you are only going to do. So keep yourself on unmute.
Sorry, but common noun.
Thomas Edison invented the light bulb. It is a common noun. Correct. Birbal was Emperor Akbar's favorite minister.
Birbal is proper noun.
Proper noun. Number 4, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the first president of India. President.
President is common noun.
Correct. The soldier was awarded for his bravery.
Bravery is abstract noun.
Abstract noun. Very good. Now, next, Advait, your chance. Next 5 questions for you. Choose the correct animal corresponding to its group. So basically, collective nouns. A school
Okay.
of dash.
A school of
Others, drop your answer in the chat box. Let me see what all you know.
fish. A school of fish.
A school of fish. Next one, a troop of
A troop of monkeys.
monkeys. Very good. A pod of dash.
A pod of mm,
A pod of
horses.
no. A pod of no, Sakshi, not D1.
Cranes.
A pod of dolphins. Okay. Then number 9. A litter of
chimpanzees.
no. A litter of
Pups.
pups. And the 10th one, a swarm of
Bees.
bees. Correct. Very good. Yes, Zida, that answer was right. Now, next 5 questions for Varun. Darling, unmute. Choose the correct abstract noun from the given options to complete the sentence. The first one, the sages of ancient times were full of dash. What is the correct one?
Honestly,
Na of wisdom. Correct. Number 12. To his dash, Rama jumped into the river. To his
weakness,
no,
bravely,
no. Think and answer. To his. What would you do if your friend jumped into the river without telling you? Would you get weak? Would you get brave? Or would you be amazed by it, right? Hence the word amazement. It will take you by surprise, na? So the word amazement. Next one. 13th, dash is next to godliness.
Cleanness.
Yes, that's correct. Cleanliness is next to godliness. 14th one. My father's dash is always right.
Judge. Judge.
Mm-mm.
Judgment.
Judgment. Correct. Now let's go to the next page. The girl smiled, remembering her dash memories. The girl smiled, remembering her childhood memories. Very good. Everybody in the chat box, everyone is doing great. Good. Now, next 5 questions to Zida. Darling, let's unmute. Choose a correct option to make a compound noun. Okay? Bank, account, green,
House.
greenhouse, polar,
Bear.
bear, real,
Estate.
estate, and rush,
D1.
no, this is rush hour. So see, if we are traveling, rush hour means basically the time when there is too much traffic every day. So for example, 6 to 7 is such time where the offices and the schools are leaving, right? So everyone is traveling back to their home. So 6 to 7 is the rush hour on the road, right? So that is rush hour. Okay, if you didn't know, make a note of it in your notebook. Rush hour. Just write it down. So it will help you to remember. And anybody else also, if you find something new that you didn't know already, make a note of it in your notebook. All right. Now, next 5 questions to Sakshi.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Who's this? Yes, Adya. What were you saying?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Hmm.
I learned that fish is shoal of fish. Is that correct? Shoal.
That is also correct. See, in collective nouns, some nouns have multiple names. Like, what was one thing? Wait, let me.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. Like army of rods, army of soldiers, and one more.
Yes. So that's what I'm saying. The nouns can be, like the collective nouns can be multiple for the same thing. Okay? So
Okay,
that
ma'am.
is also correct. Shoal of fish is also correct. Okay, Sakshi, on to you, darling. Number E, fill in the blanks using demonstrative pronouns. I am not convinced. I know dash are mere excuses. Others, put your answer in the chat box.
That.
I know that are mere excuses. Is that correct? Correct. Number 22. Dash is the fort of Lakshmangarh. That is the fort. Correct. Manusmriti says that every king is a representative of God, and as dash, we are bound to worship him. As
Excuse me, ma'am. How to put the answers in the chat box?
darling, there should be an option of chat, na? Acha, since you have logged in from your mobile, it will not be there directly. Can you see the 3 dots where it says more?
Yes.
Click on that. And then you will get the option of chat.
Yes.
Now you can put your answer in the chat box. Yes, Sakshi. And as such, we are bound to worship him. Okay. Next one, 24th. The roads of UP are worse than dash of Haryana.
That.
Look again. Is this singular or plural?
Those.
Those. And 25th, this shirt is better than dash one.
That.
Than that one. Correct. All right. Okay, now all the next answers, one of you will give. Okay. Adya, first one to you. First, basically understand the question, complete the sentences using the appropriate reflexive pronouns. Okay. So, my neighbors found dash in an awkward situation by inviting my naughty sons to their party. Which one is the correct one?
Ma'am, should we also put our
Yes,
Ma'am,
others
should
put your answer in the chat box.
myself?
My neighbors found. Neighbors. Is it in first person? No, the person is
No.
talking about someone else. That is the second person.
Second,
So, sorry, third person.
themselves.
Themselves. Aunt Ruby said to the children, Advait, this one's for you, darling. Aunt Ruby said to the children, take care of dash.
A.
Of yourselves. Correct. Now, next, Varun, for you. It is not easy to amuse dash at a wedding party. It is not easy to amuse dash at a wedding party. Who gave
Herself.
the answer? Wrong.
Himself.
No.
Oneself.
Oneself
Itself.
is correct. No, I don't give all the options. Just give me one correct answer. Okay? It is not easy to amuse oneself at a wedding party. Why oneself? Understand that also? Because it is
Because
the
there will be
sentence
many
is
people.
saying in a generic way. No specific person was mentioned here. Okay, hence oneself. And now 29. I am annoyed with dash for the mistakes I have made. Zidane, this one's for you. 29th is for you.
Miss
I'm annoyed with yourself. Think again. Listen.
B1.
I am annoyed with myself for the mistakes I have made. Correct. Now 30th, Sakshi, for you. The cat fell into the well and hurt dash.
Itself.
And hurt itself. Why itself? Can you tell me?
Ma'am, because the cat got itself dirt.
Yes. So for animals, we use it. Correct? Hence, the word itself is right. Now, next one, Adya, back to you. Choose the correct option to complete each sentence. A fleet of
Ships.
which
B.
is B.
Ma'am, I have a doubt. What we call for group of rabbits?
Wait. A group of rabbits now. A group of rabbits. Okay, wait. Let me recollect. I'll tell you that. Before we end the class, I'll tell you. Number 32. This one's for you, Advait. The room was filled with his dash.
C.
The room was filled with his laughter. Correct. 33. This one's for Varun. Reema dash completed all her homework.
No, herself completed. Herself.
What did you say?
Herself.
Rima herself completed all her homework. Correct. 34th. Dash never went to Ramgarh, but they have heard about Dash. Varun? Sorry, Zidan, this one's for you.
First one's answer is they.
They never went to Ramgarh, but they have heard about. And the second line?
About them.
No, what is Ramgarh? It's a
Uh-oh.
place. So for
Yeah.
place, what do we use?
Ma'am, D1. It.
Which one?
D1.
So see, you have to look at the sequence. It is for this part. It and they. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
No, darling. It never went to Ramgarh, but they have heard about they. Does it make any sense?
Ma'am, it is. They never went to Ramgarh, but they have heard about it.
Yes. So which option fits? Option C, right? Because they is used first and then about it is last. And 35th, has Dash seen my project file? Sakshi, your answer, darling.
Anybody.
Has anybody seen my project file? Is that correct? Correct. Very good. So now yes, it is called as nest. Adya. A group of rabbits is either called as a colony or a nest. Okay. So see, in this example itself for rabbits, it has two different collective nouns, isn't it? It happens. Okay, so we are done for today. It was pretty quick because you did great today. So let's do one thing. Let's quickly revise all the different pronouns once again. Okay, who can tell me all the different pronouns? Just the names. Advait, you want to tell me? No? Why no?
I don't know. Ma'am, I don't know
Try.
the name. I don't.
At least try. Yes, Zidane. You want to tell?
Ma'am, but I know only one.
Okay, whichever one you know. Tell me that.
Indefinitely.
Indefinite pronouns. Okay. Advait, which ones you know? एक तो पता होगा ना? Yes, Sakshi, I'll come to you. Just a minute.
Indefinite.
No, don't tell me the same one. Tell me another one. Okay, I'll come back to you, Advait. Till then, think. Yes, Sakshi. Varun, right after Sakshi, okay?
Personal pronoun.
Sorry?
Personal
Yes, personal pronouns. Anything else you remember?
Reflexive pronoun.
Reflexive pronouns.
Ma'am, common and proper nouns.
Pronoun, not nouns.
Pronoun. Relative pronoun.
Relative pronouns, yes. Advait. Sorry.
Ma'am, reciprocal pronoun.
Reciprocal pronouns.
Demonstrative pronoun.
Demonstrative pronouns, correct. Adya, what about you? Do you remember any?
Personal pronouns, possessive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, and personal pronouns, subject,
Subject
object,
and
subject, object, and predicate.
no. Subject, object, and possessive pronouns are the subtypes of personal pronouns. Okay. And did we miss any? One you have missed. Which one? Yes, Sakshi, do you
Ma'am,
remember?
interrogative pronouns.
Interrogative pronouns. Correct. So let's recollect one more time. Personal pronouns. It has subject, object, and possessive pronouns. Okay. Count with me how many you have. So you'll remember. Put out your fingers and count along with me. Second one is demonstrative pronouns. Okay. Third one is reflexive pronouns. Then we have interrogative pronouns. Then we have relative pronouns. Then we have reciprocal pronouns. And the last one is indefinite pronouns. So how many in total? 7. So in the next class, I want you all to remember all the 7 of them. Can you do that? Yes? Advait, stop making your faces. I can still see you. All right.